Fox, why did you put the gif of Peter
And
Parker dusting away?
we are live.
It
No.
felt fitting.
You know, I made
So
a joke
rude.
about a TPK happening, and you put that gif.
Good lord.
We don't know what happened to her. She just disappeared.
Right after we were venturing into romantic discussions, you're a murderer of love.
Hmm. I am. Look.
I also hate love.
Give your character a romantic interest.
No.
But I as a DM will use it as ammo against you at every turn.
I'm not afraid of you.
Tell me the name of God, you fungal piece of shit. I'm not afraid of you.
All right. How y'all doing?
Real
Pretty
good.
Still waking up.
Yeah,
I
same here.
slept through 2 of my alarms.
I slept through 6.
I don't understand how
me.
y'all are sleeping through alarms. Like,
No,
But
he
it-
wakes up, he turns it off, and then goes back to sleep.
I don't get it. It's just ringing the entire time. I
I
already
don't
get up really
even-
early. I don't even get to sleep in anymore.
I don't even do the waking up part. I have mastered the art of turning off my alarm in my sleep.
You guys stress me out. That stresses me out.
That's why I have to set like 10 alarms.
Why don't you get that one that like connects to your bed and it literally shakes your bed, or the one that runs around is like on a little rolly thing and you have to chase it out of your room?
Because then that just prompts me to get a firearm to shoot it.
Calm down.
Also, I have a dog who gets very anxious when things that shouldn't move.
And I have a
Like a
cat who would beat
Deadpool
the
day.
crap out of it. So
Well, you guys got to figure it out. This is stressful.
I was awake on time. I got the chore in done, and I got everything set up. So I'm good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are live once again. The last time we were together, the group had a bit of a encounter with a strange amalgamation of people. Yeah, let's call them people. Bit of a fight ensued out into the in the courtyard after you all returned to the present, having found what you hope to be items that will help you against this hag. You discovered that Christopher at one point in time was a pet to this little girl, now turned arch hag.
Incredible lore dump.
It really was.
It really was. Oh, shook.
Explains so much.
And if you think about it,
Or actually, it doesn't explain
if you
anything
think
at all.
about it, that means Christopher is over 200 years old.
Damn. Well past his expiration date,
Yeah.
one might say.
He looks good for his age.
Very much so. But that's what happens when you have grandma magic.
Yeah. What happens when you have grandma magic? Exactly. Speaking of grandma magic, after you defeated this this horrid construct of the former party goers, you had a actual conversation with the current present day version of the red hag that had previously called this mansion home, mentioning her whip and her daughter pretty much getting a bit unruly and started just wreaking havoc through the swamps of Braidward.
As you do.
At this point in time, Zafira also finally learned that Grandma is a hag.
We're only on episode 28.
Having had to deal with that, kind of left her for a loop, and questioning everything that she's ever known, everything she's ever been taught, questioning if she's a hag.
Full on existential crisis.
Yeah, just an existential crisis all around.
Fucking hell.
And while that happened, there was a bit of a admittance of love between Chloe and Zenith, which I then ruined by having Zenith vanishing out of nowhere.
I have commitment issues, clearly.
Yeah. the cosmos is like, homegirl's drowning. We got to get her out of there.
This is a sign to Chloe. She would be a terrible girlfriend. Okay.
But before we actually get into the depth of everything today, we have a birthday deck of many things drawing to happen, as Cass's birthday was not this week but last week.
Happy birthday.
How old are you?
29.
You
Lady
did it!
birthday.
So Cass,
Hmm.
what deck do you want? One,
Let's
two,
go
or
around
three?
and say one thing we like best about Cass while Rojan's shuffling the deck. I like making her laugh.
I like how kind-hearted she is.
Yes.
Stop saying nice things about me.
Bring
I
us
like that,
home, weirds.
I like that she puts up with me.
I like her creativeness.
Yes, we love you. Happy birthday.
Now that we have
No, anyway.
now that we have embarrassed Cassie as a group, what deck would you
Number
like?
3?
Deck number 3.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm letting my dice decide.
There are 22 cards in the deck.
Okay. Twenty-two cards in the deck. Okay. You know what? Just split it and do the middle.
Just okay. Split it, do the middle. I got you.
On the bottom, like cut the deck.
Yep, cut the deck
And then do the
Yep.
middle top.
cut the deck, top deck. Right. Cut the deck. And what did we get for Cassie?
This is the unrestricted version.
Do I get a pony?
It's birthday.
Do you get a pony?
No,
Do you
I
really
already
want-
have so many things.
I was about to say, you want a mount?
You
No,
have so
I-
many creatures. You got a dog, you got a little dragon.
Look, you want a horse-like creature in the middle of a swamp.
Oh no.
No, absolutely
The
not.
never-ending story, you sick
No.
fuck.
How dare you?
You're a sicko.
I'm not the one who said I wanted a pony.
It was a joke.
You're the one who brought up the never-ending story, you sicko.
Right.
I guess I can't judge you because I have a panther and a small
A
little
cat.
gelatinous cat. I still have yet to name my panther. I'm taking ideas.
The reason why I have so many things and so many things keep happening to me is because I'm never afraid of drawing from the deck or just touching random things. If you just do things, things will happen.
No, for sure.
No worry about Danielle. Ooh. Is that the star
that?
card I saw? You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted as
I
fuck.
I put my book on the mixer. You drew the star card. You can increase one of your ability scores by 2. The score can exceed 20 but cannot exceed 24. So if you're thinking of things to increase, that means you can bring your intelligence, I believe, to a 21 now, right?
Oh shit.
20. But
That
yeah,
would make it a +5.
because I was thinking that because I currently have a -1 in wisdom and 0 charisma.
True.
Hey, don't knock it. I got -1 charisma.
So-
It's
But
fine.
Yeah, so it's-
intelligence is also your main stat for everything.
Exactly, and it's one of those things where, like, I could balance it out, but that wouldn't be quite as fun. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right. So what's
Yeah, I'll up my intelligence.
okay? So you up your intelligence to 20.
Hooray! Smart as fuck. Kind of. Book smart as fuck.
Definitely not street
You're smarter
smart.
than me.
This the one I want?
Yeah.
No, that's not.
Mm.
Here we go. So, Chloe, after that whole conversation that the two of you had, sort of emptying your hearts to one another, just laying it all out there, Zenith opened her mouth to say something to you, and before your eyes she vanished in a blue light.
I think Chloe's first reaction would
Screen's
be
gonna
to
change. Sorry, screen's gonna change for a bit because I need to switch the audio channel. But go ahead, continue.
Chloe's first reaction would be to look down in the mud, since we're in a swamp, to see if her footprints had moved, because I don't think it registers with Chloe immediately that she vanished. I think her first thought is, oh, maybe she got really embarrassed and just went invisible or something to kind of hide from the situation.
Valid.
But if looking down at her footprints, they're starting to like fill in with mud and water, like she isn't actually standing there, then Chloe would start to panic, realizing that she's gone.
Question is Fox lagging a little bit behind for anyone else?
No.
Can you talk and do a little song and dance?
I might be liking.
Yeah, you're
lagging
lagging a
bit.
little bit.
I see it now.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna turn my camera off and then turn it back on. Should fix it.
Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, you look down.
That should work. Yeah.
Yep, it did. You look down and you do see the pair of footprints where she was standing, but there's like nothing around her that would suggest that she turned invisible to run away or just moved at an alarming rate of speed or anything like that.
So then I think Chloe would kind of reach her hands out cautiously, and when she doesn't feel anyone there, and she's just gonna kind of start looking around. Like, Zen, guys, where'd Zen go? She's gone. What happened?
Wasn't she with you?
Yeah, we're talking to each other, and then there was this flash of light, and she's gone.
Considering I've seen flashes of blue light before, would I know that's a teleportation?
You don't really know what it was. Like, it was just a brief, like, flash of blue light, and that was it. Usually with teleportation, it isn't just an automatic pop and they're gone. there's usually a little bit of a delay, a little bit of a buildup as the arcane energy is gathering before somebody's whisked away somewhere. This was like almost instantaneous.
I think Chloe's just gonna start like yelling out her name in case she's still in the area somewhere.
And as you yell her name out, Zen, you open your mouth to say something to Chloe. That conversation's still fresh in your brain, but as soon as like your lips parted, no sound escaped as there was just a bright flash in front of your eyes. And then you feel just this force pulling you like far away. Like wind blowing by your ears, your hair flying in front of you. Just it feels like something's got like its grip just around like your midsection and around your neck. And it's just pulling you somewhere. You feel the faint brush of like leaves and sticks sort of just like gently going across your skin. Like there's a bit of discomfort as almost feels like you're being pulled through things. And as you're being pulled, you can hear the faint screams of your name coming from Chloe a distance away. And a moment later, you stop. And that blue light fades. And as it fades, you find yourself chained to a very large, ancient tree. Around this tree are 5 large floating rocks, cracks of blue running through them, reminding you of the earth that you had tried to chisel away and blew up a couple days ago. All of them seemingly tethered by some sort of magic to the branches of this tree. Standing probably a good 20 feet away from that is this very large, tall, lanky woman with a deer mask covering her head. And she just stands there and she just stares at
you. What's the weather like?
It's clear-ish. There's moisture in the air, but then again, it's a swamp. But it doesn't look like the weather has changed much since you've gotten here.
Do I see clouds coming? Like, is a possible storm coming?
Go ahead and give me a survival roll.
Don't hate me, don't hate me, don't hate me, don't hate me, don't hate me.
I need to add forgets dice onto
Shut the fuck up.
the upcoming bingo cards.
I'm just so enthralled in your story. You said, ooh, okay, you said survival?
Survival.
I don't have any plus to that, so it's just a flat 19.
Flat 19. You don't really get the sense that there's a storm coming for any time soon.
And it's just my hands chained, right?
Yeah, you're kind of like chained like back, like you've got like shackles around your wrist, and the chain is running around the entirety of the tree to the other wrist, so you're kind of just like stuck there.
I think I just kind of like test how strong they might be, which is a total bluff because I have no strength whatsoever. And I just look over at her, I go, hello.
As you say hello, she just makes one quick like movement, is like right upon you, her like large claw-like hands sort of just like going up around your face and your head and just holding you for a moment. Somewhere inside of this body, is the font of magic that will give me what I want. I can make this as painless or as painful as need be.
Listen. I get your plan. Many lauded congratulations on your goals and everything, and much luck to you. At the end of the day, what's the outcome, I suppose? Just want to hear it from you.
It's like she just gets very close, like right next to your ear, and she just whispers, "Freedom."
For you?
For all of us.
And I pull back and I kind of look in her eyes and I go, "My name's Matilda. What's your name?" Like what we did at the party.
What is your aim for this?
Huh?
What is your aim for this?
Just want to rattle her a little bit, let her know, like, we've been connected way longer than just a couple days ago in the swamp.
Okay. She sort of like turns her head for a moment and like releases your head and quickly steps backwards. This is not possible.
Trust me, I'm as surprised as you are. I know you are a different child. Really, I do. I saw you as a child. I've also met your mother, as recently as 10 minutes ago.
As you say your mother, there's this deep growl coming from her as she extends a finger out at you and screams. I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Okay. I just want to talk. Oh, whoa. Wait, what is that? Oh, you know what? I'm going to use one of my luckies because that was really, really bad.
Okay.
Oh, that's much better. I got a 13.
13. You're gonna take 27 points of lightning damage as she fires
I'm down.
a lightning bolt at you.
I'm down.
Okay. As like you,
Okay.
as there's just a crack of lightning around her, zipping from her finger, and it hits you in the chest. You feel everything go dark.
Okay.
Those of you who are back at the mansion hear this crack of lightning in the distance. Yet there are no clouds in the sky.
Fucking hell. Daniel
No,
starts marching off.
I was gonna say,
It-
like, can I see where it comes from, or
Yeah, I was gonna ask the same thing.
Go ahead and give me perception checks.
Can I assist you on this perception check to give you advantage?
Are you proficient?
No, I'm not.
perception?
Perception.
If you want to roll, I could assist you because I have
Yeah, proficiency.
I believe so. It's check marked.
Then you're
so.
proficient.
Okay. So I have a +5. And with that, I now have advantage. A natural 20 for 25. As Danielle starts
So as
going.
you all begin to like, you're looking around, you're starting to head out. There is a brief flash of light miles away, deeper into the swamp. It's very faint. It's very but with the crash of lightning and that momentary flicker of light, you kind of get a feeling that is at least the source of where the lightning was.
At this time in the swamp, would my mount, the Regalia 1, would they be able to traverse the terrain?
Regalia 1 cannot traverse the swamp.
Damn.
And as you're standing there, like, trying to figure out what to do, how to get there quickly. Danny, as you get to the shore of where you had been previously dropped off, that large alligator pops back up out of the swamp.
Time to go, King.
You ain't kidding. And he just opens his mouth.
Hops in.
Thank you. Hobson holds
Do
on
the
to
same.
teeth.
As he closes, like, you just hear him mumble, "Hold on to something. And if I swallow
Grabs it.
you, I'm sorry."
Grabs a tooth.
Yeah.
And as the mouth shuts, secure, you just feel you don't feel a lot of force, but just from like being inside of him and the movement of his tongue, you can tell that he's traveling a great speed at the moment. As there's muffled cracks and breaks, as it looks like it sounds like he's just breaking through tree roots and trees themselves, trying to get to the location. As you're going through, Zen. Where are my dice?
Oh!
Like,
Well,
my dice.
Well,
My dice are
well.
here. I just can't locate the D8 in the piles. Zen, you're gonna recover 26 HP.
Okay. I think I come to with like a like
And she's like
Was that-
standing there, like just staring at you, maybe a couple inches between like your face and hers.
I go, listen, I'm not trying
No
to do
more words.
what you're doing will kill you.
What I'm doing will kill us all.
You just want to be free of this mortal coil, or I'm confused. I want to understand you, I promise.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Nat 20, baby. Wait, nat 20 for 21.
She backs up a little bit. And it looks like she's getting ready to strike you, but she just hesitates.
I kind of like wince, preparing myself.
We are not natural. Not you and I. You are of this world. A natural birth. I and my sisters and those like us are not.
Hags?
Yes. We are kidnapped when we are still babes, taken by these hags, consumed and rebirthed, and then raised as their daughter until we come into adulthood. And then our bodies change. And we take on, as she just looks at her hands, a twisted visage. What I intend to do is to control this corruption that plagues this land and use it to exterminate all hags on this plane so that no other must suffer.
If you do that, it won't just be you who suffers. It will be the entire continent. I have seen it, and it's terrifying. Just listen, if there's anyone who knows that just because I was born on this earth normally doesn't necessarily mean you belong, it's me. I get it. Just hold off and we can find another way. It's not just the circumstances of your birth that have to dictate where you go.
My birth? I was stolen. I was denied a normal life. And you want me to deny myself peace. I'll tell you what. I will forego this plan if you and I make a pact. And we seek to at least bring me some sort of satisfaction. The hags in this swamp, they're forfeit. Their lives, their souls, their essence are mine to do with what as I please. There is one hag that eludes me. That twisted bitch who brought me into this world to become this creature. I want her head, and I want her soul stone.
What's her name?
You know who she is.
I know, I was just hoping it wasn't who you meant. Listen, is there perhaps another way? I could help you in a different way, I promise. I think I can.
She like reaches out and she just puts a singular claw right here. And just like barely pushes in until you can feel it like barely breaking the skin. There are two options. One, I gut you where you stand and I claim that essence is mine. And then I go forward with my plan. Or we go to save, or we go to a more mutual route. And you kill Mother.
Oh, wait. Time out. Are you talking about Sophie or are you talking about Liliana?
Liliana.
Oh, I go, I understand. And I accept these terms. What will happen to you when I bring you her head?
Nothing will happen to me. I can rest happy that I have some form of vengeance.
All right.
And it's like you open your mouth to say something, this large alligator bursts through the tree line behind you, opening its mouth and kind of just like spitting out your group. It is your friends as they jump out, and he just pulls back into the water. As the three of you are standing there, you are now in like this this clearing that has been like forcefully stripped of all like plant life, save for one massive old tree in the center of this clearing. Chloe, you would probably know this because you've seen this once before. This is a mother tree. This is something that's like something Vanica would be tied to in the Harlequin Forest. This is another mother tree, but it is old. It is corrupted. It is poisoned. You see those stones hovering around in a quasi circle, missing one important piece, as they are tethered with blue light to to the branches of the tree itself. And you can see that tall, lanky hag standing in front of Zen, who is chained to this tree. And she's got a claw just like right like at the base of her throat. But it looks like her and Zen are having a conversation. As Zen doesn't look panicked or anything like that. She looks alarmingly collected at the moment.
I have a quick question. When King erupted from the swamp, was there like a big like wave or like splash of water?
Oh yeah.
Or swamp? Did any of it go towards me?
It went all over the place.
If I reach out a hand that's chained, could I touch a droplet and use my magic to into the water and out of the chains and just put my hands up like this? Like, listen, let's just talk.
Give me a dexterity check.
Alrighty. I want to use my last luck because that was a natural 1.
Probably a good idea to, use that luck there.
I got an 18.
An 18. You reach out with like your right hand, just straining to touch anything, and you feel just that little faint brush of moisture over the tip of your skin.
And I use the magic of my cape to warp into that splash of water and out of my chains and land on the ground between the group and Matilda. And I just hold my hands up between both of them like, hold on.
And
we're having a conversation.
As you all see her, like, just for a moment, her body water over as she slips through the chains, and you could see just like this stream of Zen popping through the droplets in the small collection of mid-air water before she lands in between all of you as the water comes to a rest and she reforms.
With my hands up like this between both parties. Like,
she like turns and she looks at you, as you can see that she like there's another like spark of electricity on her fingertips. Sneaky little devil.
I just wanted to make sure that my friends didn't attack you without hearing you out. It's probably for the best.
This is our deal, little one.
You're right, and I know that they're very protective of me.
Not for the opinions of sheep.
I care. If we're doing this deal, you can't hurt my friends. And they can't hurt you. Okay?
If we make this deal, no harm will come to any of you from me. But then she just levels like her finger just pointed directly at you, getting ready for any sense of betrayal.
I fully turn my back on her in a sign of trust and goodwill, and I turn to the others, my hands up, they go, she's offered to stop her ritual if we bring her the death of her mother, who we met.
Okay.
how do we stop her from doing the same exact bullshit of teleporting around?
Who?
Donna,
She
if I remember correctly.
has no power. She is a decrepit husk of what she used to be.
She actually is.
Oh. Okay. So she's just an old lady, not an actual hack.
Oh, she's still a hag. She still has the knowledge. She just doesn't have the vitality, the stamina to be able to do what we do.
I'm surprised she didn't get sucked dry already and turned to stone.
I don't know where she's at, and wherever it is, it's protecting her from me.
Hmm.
She like walks up, like all of you see, like all of you but Zen see her walk up as she like gets right behind Zen and just like leans in, head like next to yours, just like those long lanky fingers like just sort of like going around either shoulder. So do we have a deal?
I look at every single person in the party.
You know Danielle's angry.
Cool, that's not helpful.
No. Which means you already know her answer.
I don't. I just need like a nod or a...
Zafira nods, knowing that like she would do whatever to, stop her, along with the fact that she doesn't want to say anything because she knows that it's Zenith's deal to make. Because she didn't want anything to do with us, so she's just nodding.
And Chloe is visibly very tense since first appearing, but her eyes are locked with Zen. Very serious expression on her face, which is uncommon for her. But I think at this point, Zen probably understands that Chloe trusts her to do what she thinks is best. And if that is making a deal with the tag, then that is making a deal with the tag.
She leaves us the fuck alone. She's happy with her mother's death. And she stops the ritual. I feel like I wasted my fucking time being here. Sure.
I say, well, it's either that or I die and a ritual goes out across the world and ruins everything, so...
Oh, not everything,
Sorry.
just all the hags in existence on this plane turn to stone and become nothing more than glorified lawn ornaments. The unnatural are removed.
I thought I saw in that vision that corruption was going to spread across the land, though, and people were going to be turned into zombies.
Yeah.
You're like, well, that's probably what you hope would happen, but I know more. And I say, we have a deal. You will not do your ritual. We will bring you your mother's head. You will not bother my friends and I again. You will not seek my life. And you will not seek the lives of any hags outside of Braidwardeth.
She thinks for a moment, and then like in inhuman like speed, she stands up. You can You see just like a little spray of blood happen from her hand as she digs a claw into it, turns around, grabs your wrist, slices your hand open, and puts your hands together as she just holds you there. Then the pact is made. And then as you pull your hand, as she like releases you, pulls your hand away, the wound is sealed. But like right underneath the first couple layers of flesh is an arcane mark.
Okay. We'll get on that immediately. And I start to back away.
And as like you back away, she kind of sinks down onto the balls of her feet and has like her hands resting in front of her, almost like in an animal-like position, as she just watches watches his malls get flashbanged.
Sorry.
Watches Zen walk back to the rest of you, seemingly just like keeping an eye on each of you.
Cool. I walk out of her line of sight and head back towards where Liliana was, I guess.
Into Kingsmouth again, if he's willing.
Did he stick around or did he?
He
leave
left.
Once. Okay.
He left.
Looks like we're on foot.
Yep.
As we're moving, Chloe's staying quiet and keeping one eye on that hag until we can no longer see each other.
And as you see her walking, it's like you get to just the limitations of your eye line. You see her change shape. As she's now just looks like a normal humanoid like person. What's your passive perception?
13.
13? Yeah, that's enough. As you see that she takes the form of Zen.
Zen, how are you feeling?
Very scared. I'm sorry I didn't see any other option. Maybe it was selfish of me to want to not die, but
No, that's... I think you made the right choice. I'm sorry that I don't... Do you remember when we first got together as a group and we all stayed in that tavern together for the first time? In the morning, something happened that woke us all up, and all but one of us were pretty irate about it. What was that? What happened?
Are you talking about when Danny yelled and
Yeah,
who was the one who wasn't irate?
Danny, because she was the one that yelled.
I said, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but what was that thing that happened that woke us up?
She yelled really loudly.
Who did?
Danny?
Okay. I'm sorry. I had to make sure it was you. I was watching the hag as we left, and she took your form. I had to be sure that she didn't take something else as well.
Yeah. Okay. Add it to the list of things to be worried about, I suppose. And I just start walking in the direction of where I think Liliana is.
I'm sorry you were put in that situation, Zen, but I do think you made the right choice.
Mm.
As you're walking, you probably get 15 minutes out of that clearing, making your way back to the way you think you're supposed to be going, probably sticking to the trail of destruction that you can see from the king getting you here. As you get to a deeper part of the swamp, definitely something that if you were to cross this way, you would need to swim. But before you could even think of suggesting this, the king pops up again, just showering everybody in swamp water. As he just sort of just stands in your way, staring you all down. What are you doing? She remains alive. Our deal was that you would be taking care of her. Why do you leave when she still breathes?
We haven't left yet. Not truly. May I explain it?
Somebody better start explaining, or I'm looking at small collective of snacks. And as he says that, you see his skin go from like the soft green to like slowly heating up to a like reddish green color.
Just look straight at Zen.
As you see like a little like flicker of flame sort of like flick out from like the corner of his mouth. Explain.
You just said you were going to explain.
Yeah.
I look directly at you, Zen.
You just said you
were
gonna
why
explain.
Explain to us why you made a deal with her.
Okay? It was either that or I die. Why don't I go
No,
back?
no.
Why
No,
don't
no,
no
Why did you make that deal?
Why don't I just go back and I'll just give myself up? She can do the ritual, and then will you finally be happy that you can stick your sword into
No,
something?
you
made a deal.
Sounds
out
like it.
of character. Out of character.
Hold
out of character.
on. You made a deal. What was this deal?
She wants her mother's head, and then she will know peace, and she won't do the ritual, and she won't harm anybody except for the hags in the swamp.
I see.
If you truly want, we can bring her head, and when she's not expecting it, we can still take her out. That is an option if you won't let us pass. But we have to do things in a certain order right now, and I apologize for the delay.
And I would assume that the other means, if you were to deny her request, would be catastrophic.
She thinks it would just affect the hags in the swamp and the hags across the continent, but I've seen that it would ruin the entire world. She doesn't know that, but I do. So I'm sorry.
You put me at an odd crossroads, little ones. I may be king of the swamp, but I also serve. And I am bound to protect Liliana.
If we go to Liliana and explain the deal, maybe there's some way we could get out of it.
She has no power left. She's a husk of who she used to be. What could she possibly offer us?
She knows more about Matilda than we do.
She's told us everything she already can, hasn't she? She's told us problem child, the whip, everything.
What if I gave you a third option? What if I gave
Sure.
you the option to return Liliana to her prime?
Mm,
Let mother and daughter settle things. Your souls are clear. You do not need to murder an innocent woman. Go ahead, Cass.
What about Zenith? The deal, if we go that route, and I'm all for having them fight their battles for themselves. But what happens if we don't do the deal? Will Zenith die? Will everything explode? If we bring Liliana back to her prime and bring her at full hag power,
I think the deal was I had to bring out her head. She didn't necessarily say it had to be detached from her body.
that is a good point.
And you see a very visible smile sort of form on the king's face. Now you're thinking like a fae.
No, no, that's her. And I point at Danny, not me. That's
whoa,
funny.
She said the head.
Mhm.
She didn't say how the head had to be delivered or if it was still attached.
Mhm. Or what
We
state it is
have
in.
an out. You can still bring her a head. You can still keep yourself intact. And we can bring my lady to her prime.
And if she needs assistance, we could fight alongside her against Matilda.
Indeed.
I think if this is going to be a viable option, we would need some assurances from Liliana
Absolutely.
we're not going to be harmed by her should she prevail, and also that this place, this swamp, particularly that tree, is freed of corruption.
My lady has no intent to harm any of you. She was not a stereotypical hag, as you may believe. She was a healer, a creator. Her vision, unfortunately, was twisted when she met that elf.
I believe you. You've been nothing but kind and helpful to us. I believe you, King, but I would need to hear it from her.
If we promise to fight alongside her, she has to promise that none of us are harmed and nobody on the continent is harmed in any of that.
He nods. And as he nods, he calms down, and you just hear like an audible hiss of like flame being extinguished as his body returns back to that like cool green color. Then hop in and we shall go pay her a visit. He opens his mouth once more.
You get in.
Get in as well.
Yep. All right. And as he closes his mouth, you're all going to take 4 points of fire damage. As it is still uncomfortably warm in here. Yeah, it's a bit toasty.
This is fine.
Do I take 2 points instead?
Yep.
Or
If you have resistance because of being a tiefling, then you take 2 points.
I take 4 because I'm
sorry.
part bark.
As he pulls
I'll bark no
back
bite.
into the swamp, and you guys begin your way back to Matilda's mansion. As you slowly get to the mansion itself, you're let out back onto the shore. But this time the king follows you as his body transforms into a very regal looking dragonborn. Soft green scales, dressed in a very fine, very high society outfit. As he begins to walk in front of you with his hands behind his back, just very properly placed.
Follow behind him.
Yeah, just trying not to divert from his path, because I remember there were traps still set up around here, even if they were somewhat disabled.
So when he takes the form of Dragonborn, does he still have like that long like crocodilian tail?
Yeah.
And does it have like the same like scale ridges that crocodiles and stuff have?
Yeah.
Love this guy's design.
And like his face is even more like angular and crocodile like, and it's not, you know, like the little short dragon's snout and everything. He just leads you through, and he walks around the known traps, seemingly like as if he's been here before.
So is he crocodile born, like instead of dragon born? He's like much more crocodile.
Yeah, he's much more crocodile-esque than he is dragon.
Nice.
As he leads you onto the grounds and back into the courtyard where you had fought that construct earlier. And as you arrive, Liliana walks out, like sort of just slowly hobbling out. Why are you here?
I think Zen starts crying, just like quietly.
I put my arm around her. So a deal was made, but we have a way to get out of it.
A deal? Of course, she resorts to a deal. Let me guess.
But
kill dear old mom, and you're free from whatever she's doing.
not exactly.
Almost.
She was not quite specific. She was not quite careful with her words. She said to bring your head to her.
My head.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't say that it had to be detached.
Foolish girl.
I don't know. She was pretty intimidating in the moment.
She was.
Why is this one crying?
Because it was me who made the deal. I didn't want to.
Yeah, she was like kidnapped and chained up.
She gave you no choice.
It's been a
Yes.
very stressful day.
She slowly like hobbles down the stairs. She walks over to Zen and she gives her like a very like grandmotherly like hug. It's okay, you did your best.
I think I kind of break down crying again, and I'm just trying to cover my face. Sorry, I'm usually a lot more refined than this, but it's just been a really horrible day.
It's been a horrible year. So, what's the plan then?
I
You
look
need
to
to
King.
restore your power somehow.
As she like looks over to King. And I wonder where they got that idea.
Came to me in a dream.
Wow, you think King is dreamy?
I mean, in that crocodile dragon form, I mean,
Sorry, I had a jab.
you're
Yes, there is a means to restore my power. I've sealed it away as atonement for what Matilda had become.
if there's a way for you to unseal it so that way you could.
I cannot. I made sure that I was not one who can.
Did she just turn on the AC? Yep.
No, she turned it off.
Ah.
As
It was such a sweet little dee-dee, and you just like.
That's why he got one with the remote, because before he would have to like sit up in bed and turn it on.
and she likes to push the button. She'll turn it on when she's hot. She'll turn it on. She'll stand on my dresser right in front of it to cool herself off. But yeah, she's like, I made it to where I cannot regain my power myself. King here tucked it away. But none of you or me. You could get it.
If you would help us.
I don't think I have much choice. I believe that the deal is to deliver my head or all of me to her, and I would much rather go on living.
I think if you regain your power and you confront her on the field, we will offer our assistance to you in that fight if you need it. But we'd also like a guarantee that when you're full power, nobody in this party is bothered by you maliciously, and nobody on the continent
She
will
like
be harmed.
raises up a hand. Kid, I'm not
Kid?
like your stereotypical hags. I'm not a night hag. I'm not a sea hag or anything like that. I am a red hag. We dedicate our lives to the continuation of life. I just made a mistake in who I chose as a mate, and it corrupted my poor daughter. It's
But I mean-
time for mommy to come out of retirement and discipline the little brats.
Oh,
That was a nice word that she that was as nice of a word that she could have used to describe her, to be fair.
we might have something that could help you. We've got that thingy, the whoopah, the whip. There we go. Yeah, would you want that?
I think we have various others
First,
too.
restore me. And then we'll speak of whips. I do so enjoy whips.
Alrighty then. Okay. And so I was like, King, where do we need to go?
Well, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Okay.
What
Ready.
would you do to her in this confrontation?
I will do what I should have done all those years ago. End her. End her suffering.
Does it have to end in violence?
That would be up for her to decide. Though I doubt she's going to let me stand there and wipe her from existence without some sort of fight back.
Is there no way to, I don't know, undo what's making her so miserable?
I don't control time. We can't change time.
Well, we sort of can, but I don't know how.
It is too much of a risk. Change too much, you destroy reality. No, it's best to solve mistakes in the present.
I mean, I guess if that's the only option. What about that tree that she seems to have made her home around? If you prevail in this confrontation, is there anything you can do to help that tree?
I may be able to. All depends on how strong the spirit of the tree is.
And is there anything that you can do to help Zen with this volatile magic she seems to have absorbed?
That's fine. I think we'll figure it out later. We've clearly got places
Just
to be.
don't want you to, like, explode or something, that's all.
I thought that was just supposed to just drain out of you as you casually cast.
I think it just actually helps. I managed to use it a bit in battle to help. So I might be selfish, but I don't really want to get rid of it right yet because
Yeah, I mean, if you want to
If
keep it, I see no problem with that. I just want to make sure it's stable.
once we deal with my daughter, that ritual of hers should sputter out. The magic that is in your friend and in those stones should be returned back to the ley lines.
Natural order. Got it. All right.
Okay.
So-
Can I also, real quick, sorry, just do a proactive insight on this whole conversation?
Yeah.
I was
kinda wanna
honestly
do that
surprised you
too.
guys went this long without doing an insight check, but yes.
I hate to interrupt RP for a mechanical
Yeah.
reason. So
Everybody-
I always wait until there's a breaking point.
Everybody who wants to, you can do an insight check.
ooh,
Way to go, Danny. I'll just go ahead and say mine. 8.
Good job, Danny.
Yep. Good job, Danny.
I mean, I got 7.
Good job, Z.
I got 25.
I got a nat 20 for 20.
Hell yeah.
Two of you can't get a read on Grandma, but
Grandma.
the two that are always suspicious of grandmas anyway, she's being truthful, though you sense a little bit of doubt in her voice. You don't know if it's doubt if she can, even at full power, deal with her daughter, or if it's doubt that you can even retrieve what is needed in order to return her to power. But there's some sort of lingering doubt in her voice.
So are we walking to where we need to go? Are we taking King? Or
King did say, well, she did say that King hid it, so King would know where to go.
yeah, but I didn't know how close by it was, things like that.
Oh.
Well, you will be walking there. This King turns. In a sense. He reaches into like his pocket and he pulls out a pocket watch and he slowly turns it. And then he hands it to Zen. When you are ready, press this as he points to like the top, like a top button on the pocket watch. It will open the watch and open a gateway. So the gateway will only be open for 10 minutes. You need to go in, get what you came for, and get out.
What did we go? What do we need to grab? You said get what we came for, but
It's
you didn't
a
say what.
small red crystal attached to a silver necklace. Ignore everything else.
I looked at Chloe.
We should probably have people who are fastest dart in and out. Or are we all going together?
I'm gonna need y'all's help because I can't see for shit.
Oh dear. Fine. I go, okay. Things on a timer really stress me out. Is how loosey-goosey are we with 10 minutes?
Exactly 10 minutes.
Great, thank you so much. Whenever you guys are ready, I guess.
So our goal is to be back here in 9 minutes. So that way, if things mess up, we have a minute.
And whatever you do, avoid the Bone Widow.
What the fuck is a bone widow?
It's something I've installed to keep the vault safe, just in case somebody found a way in.
Can you
I'm
come with us?
assuming it's a spider-like invention.
Sure, let's go with that.
Because it's widow.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
If anybody has ever played Divinity Original Sin 2, the Bone Widow that you can summon, yeah, that.
Damn it. Okay.
I looked it up. Look, you give
Hello?
Zoro so much of like no bees, no flying buzzing insects. Don't have to worry about that. I'm terrified of spiders.
That's not a spider.
And, like,
That's
mechanical
just,
spiders are okay, but like
that's a multi-laid skeleton thing.
Yeah, it's just a skeleton thing. Fine.
doesn't skitter.
And more clinks or clatters, doesn't skitter.
How
Not a fan.
dare you? How dare
Look,
you?
just don't catch its attention and you don't have to worry.
Right.
But with that, I think we are going to take a quick break here so we can get up, stretch our legs, freshen up our drinks and all that fun stuff, and we will be right back.
All right.
As I forgot which button to push.
Way to go, superstar.
Okay, we are back.
Oh boy.
Cass will be joining us shortly. She is just feeding one of our cats.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't find him. He was hiding in a closet. Hiding because, well, he was hiding because it's hot, and apparently where he was at was very cool because he was cold to the touch. So I kind of envy him.
Fair.
But since we have awoken him from his slumber, he demands food. Where's my stuff? So Cass brought it to my attention on break that y'all need a long rest.
Yeah, we're real hurt.
Yeah.
I got knocked out with lightning, then brought back to life, and then I got burned by an alligator, and it's not so fun.
Yeah, so yeah, if you guys want to take the time to do a long rest, you can. I mean the time limit doesn't start until you press that button.
Yeah, I mean if she'll let us, camp out on her front lawn.
Yeah, she would.
Pop out our tent real quick.
Did you take the tent with you, or did you? I think you left it back at base
because it's connected with Belvedere and the house.
Yep, because Belvedere was still sorting through all that stuff that you had stolen. As like you all go to like throw your camp out, you realize it's not there with you. And she's like, do you require bedding for the night?
That would be much appreciated, actually.
All right, come on in. We'll get you situated.
I didn't realize that we didn't have our camp.
Nope, you left it back at base. Did you?
Have we camped out since we left?
No, you have it with you. You have it with you because you did camp out.
Yeah, I don't.
You did camp out after Zen exploded.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Because that's how you talked with
what's her face, the skull mask
Matilda.
lady. Yeah. Matilda.
That's how you talk to Skullomania.
That's Skullomania. The masked warrior now.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
So you pop the camp out.
All right. I'm feeling pretty okay, but you all look like you've been put through the ringer.
I took a few hits.
Yeah.
From everyone.
All right.
Belvedere comes out and he's like, oh my.
They could use a little R&R.
He looks over to Zenith. Ma'am, should I prepare the bath?
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you, Belvedere. I think I just go towards... I'm like, actually, I can do it myself. And I think I just go towards where my bath is and just start setting up.
Okay. And what is everybody else doing here?
I am going to roll my d4 for recreating some of my magic ammunition.
I think I am also going to give Belvedere the night off, and I would actually like to prepare us a meal.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Alrighty.
No, I'm not proficient in cooking or anything, so don't expect Belvedere quality food. Chloe just wants something to do to occupy herself.
Okay.
What is that, a survival check?
Yeah, what is cooking considered?
It's survival, yeah. Cooking is a
Yeah.
survival check.
That's gonna be a 16.
Give me a sec. A 16?
Yep.
Chloe, what do you make?
I think Chloe prepares just like a nice pesto pasta dish. Because I mean, we've got a fully equipped kitchen for ingredients and
Yeah,
stuff.
you
right?
do.
So, yeah, she'll prepare a nice pesto pasta with maybe a side of garlic bread.
Okay. And then pretty much just letting everybody help themselves to whatever they're gonna drink.
Yep.
Okay. So everybody who eats this pesto pasta will gain 6 temporary HP for the next 24 hours.
Nice.
And we're technically doing a long rest
Yes.
too, right? So,
Yes.
so plus 16 temp
6.
hit points? Six.
temporary
Sorry.
hit points.
You rolled a 16.
Yeah.
I think that's what.
Yeah. And I rolled a d10 to see how many temp HP you'd all get.
Got it. Numbers mess up in my mind. Does Pop-Tart also heal during long rests, or do I need to repair him?
It's assumed that like during the long rest you make repairs to him. So yeah, he would regain his HP.
Okay.
Is anybody doing anything else for the night, or are you just sleeping and preparing for going wherever this vault is going to take you?
Is Ileana going to be joining us for dinner or anything, or is she?
Unless you need her for anything else, she's going to retire back into her house.
Oh no, everything's frozen.
Oh no, you're frozen.
Ah!
Oh.
I'll be back.
Yeah. Technical difficulties.
Oh, all right. So while camera's gonna be a little jank for a minute or two here until Cass comes back. I think Cass wanted to take care of something while camp was going on. She was telling me about it on break. Is anybody else taking care of anything tonight, or are you just pretty much resting and preparing for tomorrow?
Resting and preparing for tomorrow. Get my war paint on.
Chloe, do you remember when you were in that castle, like before the whole construct, like the abomination thing, and you grabbed a book from Liliana's quarters? Did you ever have a chance to look at that?
Nope, I was waiting until we were not under the gaze of a hag of some kind.
Oh.
But I grabbed 2 things. So once Liliana retires to her abode, if you want to help me identify those 2 things, I am all for that.
I don't have the identify spell.
Well, we could just take an hour to examine them.
Sure, I'll help.
I grabbed a small black book and a sacrificial dagger.
That you did.
I'll check out the book. I got a dirty 20.
You got a
If
dirty.
it's investigation.
It's you just take an hour to look at it and you identify the properties if it's magic. So you're doing the book and Fox, you're doing
I'll
the
do
dagger. Okay. So
Magic book? Magic
it
book?
is a magic book.
Spells in it?
There is
It's okay if there's
there is definitely magic in this, though.
Okay.
It's not the sort of magic that you would think would be in here.
Pornography.
Missed what?
Yes.
Magic and what? Sorry.
Yes.
Are you serious?
What you have in your hands is an enchanted smut book.
Oh my god.
Again?
This book, when you read it, like this is a callback to Tricorn Isles. When you read it, you are whisked into the story yourself, and you experience the story as if you are there.
I immediately stand up and I
When
walk over. Go ahead.
When you read this book, it takes a long rest to do so. But when you come back from your trance after reading the book, you are given the ability. How to put this?
This is some Zorro shit right here.
You are given sort of quasi inspiration. Doesn't fill your inspiration slot. But at one point in time during the next between whenever you read it and your next long rest, you can re-roll a roll before the outcome is decided.
Very cool. I turn to Chloe and I say, do you mind if I decide what to do with this?
No, by all means.
I immediately stand up and I walk over to Zafira. And I knock on your little partition. I go, do you have a second?
Yeah. What's up?
I just wanted to say, because we kind of were talking and then I got taken away and all that horrible stuff happened. I am very sorry that I kept that secret from you. Genuinely, I didn't want to. I felt backed into it, but I should have just been upfront and respected your autonomy as a person and just told you about your grandma. I am sorry. And I hope you'll forgive me and accept this.
She takes it and doesn't look at it at first. She doesn't. She knows it's a book, but she doesn't read it. And she, I have done a lot of thinking, and if I was mad at you for keeping the secret, but given the other times that we've experienced hags and how scary they can be, I understand why you kept it. Because I know, I understand, and thank you for your apology.
Mm-hmm.
And then she looks down at the book. She's like, "Wait, what?"
Don't read it while I'm here.
And when you look at
No,
the
that would
book,
be weird.
it looks very familiar to one of the books you've seen in your grandmother's bedroom.
No, don't do. Why?
How
You
did
asked
I
the
know?
question where you got it from.
It's not the same book.
I know.
It just
but...
looks similar.
What is it called?
There's no title on it.
P and V.
Damn it. There is. It's just a small.
a quart of P and V.
It's just a small black leather bound book.
I explain how it works to her. I don't make eye contact.
There's the title for the episode.
A quart of P and V.
I
I explain what it does. I don't look her in the eye, and I go, "Don't read that when I'm around." And then I
So
turn and I leave.
if you open the
Thank
book,
you.
if you open the book, the pages are blank.
Okay.
Oh, it's like a fill in your own blank, like choose your own adventure.
It's a choose your own adventure book.
Oh my god. Okay.
Can I
hang on.
ask, are you like you go into the book and you have sex?
Yes, you experience
it's a smut
everything
book.
that happens in the book.
No, thank you.
Okay. She just
It's
That is
pretty much it's
for
pretty
later.
much like the D&D equivalent of the holodeck in Star Trek.
okay. That's cool. She just like calls after you. Thank you.
Don't ever talk about this with me ever again.
No, I won't.
Thank you.
And she like puts it in her bag and she's that's interesting. Okay.
I think I pull like my sleeping roll, like my bed or whatever, out to the edges of camp where it's closer to maybe like the not so like crowded by all the stuff in the camp, just on the outskirts, and I just kind of maybe just set up for the night out there with my cats.
Okay. And your little gelatinous cat and the panther just cuddle up next to you for the night.
It's been a horrible day, you two, and I still have yet to name you, Panther.
Panthro.
What?
Oh, that was an out of character thing. Sorry. I think I said Panthro because isn't Corey? You said that you had a black cat named Panthro that had like teeth that was like
The giant
super.
teeth, pumpkin head.
Can't spell panther without pants, so I'll just call you Pants.
Pants. There we go.
I love it.
Pants the panther.
Pants the Panther.
And that dagger.
Yes.
Not as pleasing or entertaining as the book. This dagger is, just as it seems, a sacrificial dagger. Though there is an entity that this dagger sacrifices individuals who are killed with it too. This is not a kind dagger. It's not a clean dagger. Those who use it become tainted. Though promises of power will begin to seep into your mind, whispering possible greatness to you if you are only to collect 10 hearts. Those you slay with this dagger, you can perfectly mimic their form. While mimicking their form, you have access to their memories. You become them. Now, this form can only be retained for an hour. Afterwards, you revert back to your original self, and that essence is lost from the dagger.
And do you take their form upon slaying them, or do they like almost get stored in the dagger
They're
and
stored,
you can call on that form?
They are stored in the dagger until you call on that form.
Why you gotta keep putting daggers in front of me that offer greatness for the souls of people?
Because you keep
Yo,
using them.
you know I can't resist, man.
Hmm.
I mean, I do like a good soul-stealing dagger.
So do I. For now, it goes in my bag, and I go to sleep.
Okay. Night passes for all of you. Oh, sorry, you wanted to do something, Cass. I apologize.
It's okay. My computer decided to, or Discord decided to have hardware acceleration back on. Um, so after the book and everything, Zafira goes to find Liliana.
Okay.
Where is she?
Oh, sorry. So you would leave camp and you would find yourself at like the back door of the manor, or the door of the manor, because she went back into her home.
Kind of a little bit sheepishly knocks on the door.
And like on your like third knock, the door opens and she's standing there.
If you have a moment, may I speak with you?
She nods. Come in.
Walks in.
And as you walk in and the door shuts, you are then like, you don't see a rotted house. You don't see decay and decrepitness. It's reverted back into that pristine look that you had witnessed previously. And she looks back in that like back in one of her like regal like dresses. She's still like in her younger years, long black hair. So what do we need to talk about?
It's not really a need. I just I wasn't entirely honest with you. I didn't lie per se, just lie by omission. I was just still lying. It's probably not the best thing. Anyway, I wasn't sure if I could trust you, but after what we're gonna be doing and everything, I figured I should let you know. I know Sophia more than I let on.
She kind of smiles. I know.
Like, yeah, no, I know.
I know. I can sense her on you.
I figured. Grandma magic and all that.
That what she's calling it now?
She is my grandma. I think.
She's like, she puts a hand on her shoulder. Kid, listen to me. Family isn't always created by blood. She raised you, correct?
Yeah, my...
Then she's your grandma. And from what I can tell, you're a good kid.
Thank you. Yeah, she raised me since I was 5 or 6, I think. My dad said that I would be staying with her for the summer and didn't come back. So...
Oh, you're that one.
That one?
She told me about you a very long time ago. That your father came to her and dropped you off. And then he was never heard from again.
She said that he got lost at sea. but I don't know if I believe that fully.
Seas are treacherous. But whatever happened to him, put him out of your mind. You have a family.
So you know Grandma Sophie? You've probably met Grandma Rose.
We're sisters. In a hag sort of way. We're sisters.
I didn't know she was a hag, or maybe part of me did, and I just didn't want to believe it.
She probably kept it from you to protect you. You know, us hags don't really have the best reputation, as a lot of our kind aren't great. But Sophie and I were of a different cut. We try to help. But sometimes things go askew.
Yeah. I didn't send a message. I had someone send a message to her letting her know where we were and who we were fighting. Not you, but Matilda. I was scared and I wanted her to know where I was. So I don't know. Like, I know she got it, but I don't know where she is. I worry about her and her poker club and
Poker club. She's okay.
Okay. If you're not around when I see her next, I'll let her know that you said hi, and hopefully we could all have like a poker party together. I don't something. Tea and all that. Oh, and here. And she like holds out her hand and there's the little like another little grandma mint from Grandma Rose that somehow just one always keeps appearing in her pocket.
She smiles and she takes it and just like unwraps it and eats it. This is one of Rose's, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. She helped us out before.
I figured.
I am. Grandma didn't really talk much about hags raising me, and I understand why now. And the other hags that I've met have not been the nicest, so I am glad that you are one of what hags are supposed to be.
Well, that's kind of a rough definition. What we're supposed to be and what we are, two separate things. The stereotypical ones that you seemingly come across a lot, that's their game. Why are you eating the mixer? To cause destruction, to cause distress, anguish, negative emotion, pain, suffering. That's their game. But Sophie and I are the strange ones. We're grandmas.
I've only ever known Grandma Sophie and her friends to help people.
Yeah, it's a good lot. Look,
I'm sorry.
I know there's a lot going through your mind right now. You know, learning that your grandmother isn't, you know, technically your grandmother, but she's a hag. But it doesn't change how she feels of you. Doesn't mean she doesn't love you.
Mm-hmm.
And if she kept her identity and the identity of her friend's secret for so long, it was to protect you.
Yeah. I know. She can be a bit overprotective too, so that's probably part of it. But I do plan on talking to her about it, especially because she'll probably find out that I found out anyway. I need to make sure that she doesn't hurt Zenith.
Why would she hurt your friend?
Because Zenith knew. I think all my friends knew, and they had to keep the secret. I was pretty mad at Zenith too when I found out, but
Look,
my anger was misguided.
your grandma may make threats. Your grandma may scare people at times, keeping quiet. But I have never known her to actually harm someone. Simply because they knew who she was. Now, if they put you in danger, or if any harm came to you, well, then I feel sorry for those individuals.
That's fair. You should be happy to know that Prince Defer is safe. At least. I grew up with him too. So he's still at Grandma Sophie's house.
That bird.
Hunted. I'm going to go to bed now, but do you need anything while I'm gone? I mean, this house is amazing, but
Fuck.
what?
It just, Blue Sky started, like, I refreshed Blue Sky for a moment and it started auto playing music.
Eh.
I'm sorry, what were you saying, Cass?
Is there anything you need? I mean, I figure this house is pretty amazing, but
There's nothing that I need.
okay.
However you and your friends decide to go about things. Well, I guess you could say that I'm along for the ride. In the state that I'm in right now, I couldn't stop any of you from bringing my head to her. I have very little magic in my being at the moment. It was all I can do to seal it away in order to keep hidden. King's been doing what he can to keep me safe. But if I need to bring the power back, then that's the road I must travel.
Thank you for talking with me. Good night.
Good night.
And then I walk out and go go to bed.
Okay. So with that, everybody gets a long rest. Get your HP back, your spell slots, all that fun stuff. And then morning comes.
I think Chloe's actually going to get up a little bit earlier than usual. And she's just going to take a second to get a bit introspective and also try to discover if she's now free from the horrid curse of having to tell the truth.
Okay. And how are you going about that?
I believe it was until the end of the long rest, but
I think it was 24 hours.
It was 24 hours. But we will call it the end of your long rest.
Please don't do this to me. So one of the things that she's been struggling with the most since this curse began was that she can't deceive herself in her own like internal monologue. She can't lie to herself in even the simplest way of pretending something isn't as bad as it actually is, just to get yourself through it. So that has been a very big burden for her. So she is going to try to find that place internally again where she can fool herself or lie to herself. And if that is successful, then she'll know she's free of it.
Go ahead and let's call this a wisdom roll.
That's kind of middle of the road. 13.
You sense that you're able to get to that place again. But whether if you go there or not is entirely up to you.
So once she realizes that she's free from this, she is going to rival Danny's decibels in her cry of joy.
Okay, so everybody else who is still asleep is instantly jolted awake from just the jubileous cries screeching from Chloe.
Ugh. The hell?
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to wake you up. I was just so... It's just...
I'm impressed more than anything, but what the hell? Are you in hurt? Are you hurt? Are you in danger? What's going on?
No, just the opposite. I feel incredible.
Oh, the thing went away, didn't it?
Did you borrow my smut book?
What?
What?
Never
No,
mind.
but can I?
Yes, you can. Once we're done here,
I didn't know you had those books.
Zenith gave me one. It's
Oh,
apparently...
I don't... No, you can have... Yeah, I don't want it.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
all
haven't
yours.
read it yet, so...
You enjoy that.
Okay.
I'm so sorry for waking everyone up.
It's okay. I'm glad that you're happy and things are good.
Well, I mean, both of those things are
Good as you
debatable,
can
but
be.
I certainly feel better.
Yeah, as better and good as it can be right now.
I feel like me again.
I feel
all
like
that
it's been long
matters.
enough. Yeah, might as well get up
It
and have some
has
breakfast.
been an eternity.
I can imagine so.
Quick, Chloe, what color is the sky?
Red,
You're back.
I'm back.
Actually, no.
Actually, it's so early in the morning that the sunrise still makes the sky red.
Whoops.
Oh yeah.
That's a thing.
Colorblind now.
Oh no.
I think I just give your hand a small squeeze and say, I'm glad you're back to normal.
And I'm glad you're still alive. Yesterday was something.
All right, shall we get this show on the road?
We should probably have some breakfast first.
I think Zen's stomach isn't just such knots that she not only did not have any of the pesto from last night and get the 6 temporary HP points, she also probably won't really have much breakfast. She'll probably pick at some toast.
Well, while we're eating breakfast, can I investigate the swamp muck that I took earlier?
Sure.
Like an Arcana check or something?
What are you trying to determine for it?
The type of magic that's in it, or if there's magic at all. But I'm assuming it was
It's
magic.
Arcana.
But...
Go ahead and give me an Arcana roll then if you're trying to determine if this muck has any sort of arcane property in it.
It might be if it's even more magical, I can add it to the other potion that with all the like soap and everything. That way it'll regrow limbs and
Jesus
whatever
Christ.
else.
Out of character. I know exactly how badly that'll go, but
25.
So what you have in this muck isn't necessarily a type of magic. It's not a what, but a who. As this muck, given the ordeal that has been put on the swamp and the peoples of it, the muck that you have right now has a trapped fragment of a soul inside of it.
Okay.
It's not full, but you have a fragment.
And do I know who it is? Like, did we speak to it before? Okay.
It's just a singular piece of a puzzle.
Okay, and I have no way of like extracting it or anything like that. Okay.
You do not possess the abilities to do so.
Fair enough. Where were we when I pulled that? That was right before
You got
like
that. That's when you guys fought the zombies that were like the undead that were in the swamp, and then Speak was dead was cast, and you decided
yes,
to.
but where in the vicinity were we compared to where we are now?
we were in it.
You
Yeah.
were in the swamp. You don't know exactly where you are, or where you were as to where you are now. You were just in the swamp.
Okay.
You don't know an exact location because you're not really familiar with the area.
Okay. And by the way, if you're ever in a swamp and you pass by what looks like a graveyard, no, you didn't. Just keep going. Don't look at it. Don't acknowledge it.
If we pass by a graveyard, you play the cello of the dead. Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, you specifically, yes.
Apparently that was like an actual thing, and like someone also mentioned that like it was one of those things. It was like they went into the
Okay,
swamp.
we can
Sorry,
talk about
getting
this.
off topic.
We can talk about
Possibly alligators. Anyway, not gravestones. But yeah, so she's like, I have part of a soul trapped in this vial. Apparently.
Leave it in there? Or
Yeah.
dump it out?
Or find the rest of it.
We need to find the rest of it and put it all together, and I will take it out of the vial. But for now, I'll keep it safe. But that is interesting to know. Not a potion, not potion magic. That is part of someone else.
Cool. Drinks coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Like, she drinks her coffee too. She's like, Jesus, am I just too tired?
All right. All right. Just checks straps, checks shield, checks axe, checks sword. He's like, good to go. All right. Whenever y'all are ready.
So while Zen is getting her meager breakfast of toast,
Toast is actually great. Sourdough toast is great.
it
Good for your gut
is,
health.
but this feels more like sad toast than it does,
Sad toast.
you know, nice freshly baked sourdough toast. Trying to stay out of eye line of her, I'm actually gonna burn a bardic inspiration to use my Tales from Beyond ability, and I rolled, and I am calling upon the Tale of the Traveler, and I am actually going to call upon my own spirit for this one, and a kind of spectral visage of Chloe is going to approach Zen from behind and place a hand on her shoulder. And as she does, then you gain 15 temporary hit points. And while you have those temp HP, your walking speed is increased by 10 feet, and your AC is increased by 1.
Damn.
And as soon as you get that, the spiritual visage of Chloe dissipates, and I pretend like nothing happened.
Cloney 2.0.
Do I feel that?
I imagine as soon as she places a hand on your shoulder, you kind of feel this like comforting, protective warmth wash over you briefly.
I think I go like, I could really use a hug, but nobody ever offers. And I say that to my panther, and I just keep eating my toast.
Your panther kind of like leans against you and like nuzzles his head into you.
Thanks, Pants. I love you.
Oh, it has
Thank
a name.
you. Thank you. That's really nice of you. I am so incredibly powerful.
Would you like a hug? I was gonna give you a hug last night, but like you kind of ran off, and
I think
you're
I
not
just
usually
say
the
that
huggy
super
person.
quietly to
Oh,
my
okay. If she
panther.
didn't hear, then it's fine.
Yeah. Like my pants is right here, and I'm like, yeah, so. Forever young, I wanna be forever young. Shall we get going?
Is it still counted as mounted combat if she goes into her water panther in her water form?
No.
Damn it.
Do you really
Alright.
wanna live forever?
Ready.
Yeah, I'm ready when you guys are.
All right, Zen, you've got the watch.
And I make sure everybody's gathered around me. I go, well, without further ado, then we're doing the time shuffle, and then I hit it.
And as you hit it, the stopwatch flips open. There, not a stopwatch, but the pocket watch flips open. There's an audible clock noise happening as you can hear every tick and tock of the watch as a portal opens in front of you, bright gold. On the other side, you see this very immaculate tiled vault in front of you. Though it's not lined wall to wall with loose treasure or anything like that. Though you do see probably about 6 large solid gold chests in your vicinity, or in the vicinity that you can see into the portal. Anything farther in is a little bit fuzzy.
We're on a time limit, so I step in.
As you
All right,
guys
follow.
step in, I will take you to the map.
Ooh. Ooh.
As you enter into this gateway, you find yourself in a very organized, personal, interdimensional vault. The 6 solid gold chests are on either side of you, 3 by 3. Though you do also recognize that the walls behind each of them and the walls behind you are lined with full bookshelves, a pristine looking books. Farther down the walkway, there is a singular pedestal right here that has a red ruby necklace, a ruby attached to a silver chain, seemingly just hovering like an inch off the pedestal itself. Above you, you can see a glass, like a glass dome pouring in natural light, giving you a sense that this vault is somewhere on a plane that has some sort of existing sun. Though thankfully there's no sign of whatever this Bone Widow is.
Maybe she's taking a nap.
Let's go quickly and quietly.
Yes.
Maybe check for traps. We have
Keep
time.
an eye on each other. Make sure not to go into the shelves or the chests. We're just here for the necklace with the ruby in it, yes?
You, if you want to check for check for traps, you can.
Hello, old chap. There's one in the corner. That's me in the corner.
Just a
That's
kind
me. I'm
British
an
fellow.
old chap hiding in the vault now.
What do I roll to check traps?
This is going to be a straight perception roll for you.
I'll help you.
What'd you get, Cass?
So I could roll again? If I get
yeah.
help?
Yep.
Okay.
I would think we would all be looking.
I'm looking at these chests.
I'm also kind of looking.
So what'd you get, Cass?
Math.
A math. Okay.
Math. So it is technically better because the first roll was a 1.
Okay.
I got a 9.
For a total of
9. That was my total, was 9. I rolled a 7. Total of 9.
It's funny. You don't see anything that would designate that anything would be trapped in here. Funny enough, none of the chests are locked.
They're all to tempt you, including the books.
I know.
Oh, I'm
I
tempted.
know.
Let's go. Get in, get out. We will go to a proper library when we come back, and we will have a proper heist when we get back, but you don't want to touch any of this stuff.
I mean, by the time you guys go to that pedestal and back, I could have peeked in all of these chests. Like, it won't take any extra time.
Could have.
I hold Chloe's hand, and I start walking towards
Wait,
the
no.
necklace.
I have a -1 strength. This isn't fair.
I have a 1 strength.
So as you're in here, I need everybody to give me a wisdom saving throw.
To not be tempted by the devil. Oh no.
Oh no.
Wisdom saving throw.
Chloe, what'd you get?
7.
Zen.
I got a 7 too.
And then we have Zafira.
Count that as a fail.
4.
Danny.
18. Who do I have to strangle
So.
or struggle?
Oh no
with?
no
Can I ask something?
This
Can I
was
ask
a.
something?
Oh yes.
Can I have advantage on that because she's filled with such icy fear at fucking this up? She would absolutely be on alert. Please,
This
she's
was
so scared.
This was a group check.
Oh no.
Oh, I forgot to do the. I forgot that I have bardic inspiration from like last episode that I didn't use.
That goes away after a long rest.
Fine.
Wait, I have an inspiration that I haven't used.
Gotta use it before you.
Wait, no,
the
is
result.
it the inspiration like the little thingy?
Yeah, I haven't used it.
Okay, normally you do have to use it before you roll, but if you want, you can take it away and you can roll another. You can roll another wisdom save.
Holy fuck, that's way better. That's a 19.
Okay. So,
two of us, I would assume, passed and two of us failed.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And
so
that
what
was. I grabbed Chloe's hand. It's like, oh, let's go. Oh wait, what is that?
Some of you try to keep your focus. Some of you are like, no, we're here for the necklace. It's only the necklace. The necklace is the key. But you all begin to hear whispers, promises of wealth, interesting items, endless knowledge, just slowly finding their way into your ears as those chests, those books become your focus.
No.
I look at Danny. You get Zafira and I'll get Chloe.
Oh no. This is everybody. Everybody feels this.
What do you mean?
Because it is a group roll. It was 2 and 2. You did not beat it.
But what about Vanica?
Vanica's not
Yeah.
here. Vanica does
No,
not. Vanica is
Let's end
only.
the touch and let Vanica get
Vanica is only here in the sense for combat.
Yeah.
Tits. Okay, that's fine.
That's the
be
only
combat.
reason why Vanica is on the map. Is if combat happens, Fox has control of Vanica.
Right.
Rude.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah.
I think my eyes travel to the bookshelves and they like focus, and I'm like reading the spines, and I'm like, fuck. And I kind of start to inch towards them a bit.
Where are the fucking weapons?
Maybe they're in the chests.
You're evil.
Bullshit. Those chests are too small. Don't
You
lie
can
to
fit
me.
a sword in there.
Bullshit.
Or maybe the chests are like bags of holding
Oh, shit.
interdimensional spaces full of complete armories.
Prove it.
Okay, I go to open a chest.
No.
Which chest do you go to?
The closest one. Let's call it this one right here.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the Fey Nature one.
Wait, did you move me? I didn't move me.
I moved you because you said you were going to the books.
Yeah. There's ghosts.
Everyone else, go ahead and put yourself of where you're looking at. Or
right behind Chloe because I did this.
I can't move Pop-Tart.
you should be able to.
No.
Every time.
Every time, every single time.
It should probably be like that.
Try it now.
Haha.
There you go. Okay, so you're going to the books too. All right.
Yeah.
So the two of you go to take a look at the bookshelves, but you don't have time to really get a sense of as to what these bookshelves contain. Because the moment you get there, Chloe walks over and opens a chest. And as she does, there is this loud, angry scream as all of you are snapped out of that wants, that feeling, that greed of wanting whatever is in these chests, whatever is on these bookshelves, as all six of these chests erupt open, and a shower of bone erupts out. Chloe, can I get a dexterity saving throw from you?
That one I'm at least good at. Yeah, that's gonna be a 23.
All
right.
Was,
You're only going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are not grappled. But you quickly pull back, but you get scraped by the shower of bone. As it all begins to form and culminate in the center of this room.
Ah. Oh, it actually is that big.
Yes.
Hey, man. No.
No.
This
I'd rather not.
large, or this massive bone-like construct forms in the center of this room. Eyes burning red, focusing on Chloe as its slumber has been disturbed.
Does it have two faces?
It does.
It's kind of like Motor from the Ritual. Wood.
I have a timer as well set up.
No.
As all this happens, 2 minutes have passed.
I would like to try to sneak around it
Uh,
because its focus is on Chloe.
No, what we're going to do is we are going to roll initiative.
That's why I was trying to do it before we rolled initiative.
Oh, that's what I'm
Oh, now
talking
you roll
about,
well.
baby.
How dare.
Cass, is Pop-Tart still set in autonomous mode? To where he can make his own decisions?
I know, I'm just looking at the other thing. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I just need to know, because if so, he needs to roll his. He still goes after you, so he doesn't need to be on the initiative. He just can do more than just defend or do whatever you command on a bonus action. But I need initiative rolls.
double checking something. Ah, okay.
Why does it have 2 in initiative order?
Double checking.
But what if you stopped and we all just went home?
Because it has 2 heads? Is it gonna split into 2? You're not answering the question. That's not an answer, and it's definitely not an answer I like. How dare. Alright.
Oh my goodness, it's a DM who actually, Oh, great.
Where did Pop-Tart go?
Pop-Tart goes. I don't know. Where did Pop-Tart go?
Pop-Tart was right next to me.
Oh no, it ate Pop-Tart.
No.
Pop-Tart's working with
Okay,
the
try if you can move him again.
Nah.
There you go.
E.
Okay, so start of its turn, the top head is going to let out a terrifying shriek. I need everybody here to give me wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
All right, Chloe.
That is a 16 from Chloe, and from Vanica, it's oh goddamn. Okay, that's a 24 from Vanica.
Okay. Zen.
18.
Zafira.
I have a -1 to wisdom, so I ended up getting a 1.
And good job. And Danny.
15.
15. Okay. So all of you are only going to take 7 points of psychic damage, and the secondary effect of the shriek does not happen. As this was
7.
7. As this is not a personal save, this is a group save.
Thank you.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We got you.
And that's going to be the top head's turn, which is going to take it to Chloe.
Chloe is going to duck over here and like crouch down to get like right behind the chest to hopefully break line of sight with this thing. And then she is going to vanish as she casts greater invisibility on herself.
Ooh. Go ahead and give me a this is why it's hard for me to remember characters. Is stealth a skill? Or
Yes.
is it sneak?
Stealth.
Give me a stealth check, as it is technically big enough to still see you hiding behind or ducking behind a chest. So I just want to make sure that it doesn't.
21.
It doesn't see you. Yeah, you're good. So you
Okay.
duck behind the chest, and you cast greater invisibility on yourself.
Just wanted to try and break that line of sight in case it had counter spell or something. It's my only 4th level spell.
Fair.
Let's see, what do I move? 5 feet, so I've got 25 left. I will move.
Trying to see if I have an invisibility
here.
thing. Oh, I do.
And then you know what? Because we still have our bonus action, and doing stuff does not break greater invisibility. We will burn another bardic inspiration. Actually, we'll just make it a regular one this time, and we'll give that bardic inspiration to Danny. It's my first regular one of the day, so that's a D10 instead of a D8. And that's it for Chloe.
Okay. Danny.
Here. Well, she's not really here for anything else. She got shaken out of whatever fugue steak that was. She's not really terribly interested in the spider. So she just moves past it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
All right, I'm going to stop you right there.
Yep.
As you get to here, and it's going to make an attack, like as soon as you break the
Right, yeah.
it's going to make an attack of opportunity against you. That is going to be a 24 to hit.
Oh yeah. Easy.
All right, you're going to take 11 points of piercing damage. And as it hits you, it pulls you into it and holds you. As one of the multiple arms and whatnot just outreach and just impale you with like these long, spindly nails and just pull you in.
I would now like to rage.
Let me see.
D8, please.
Is Danny grappled?
Yes.
No, they're not. Well, technically, yes, they are. I have to activate that, remember?
I know. I'm saying.
I'm not activating that yet. So yes, she is grappled.
Your best friend shows up.
Plump! Right. -3. Okay, cool. Well, they are going to not appear anywhere directly next to me, because that can actually damage me. But the action I get to take is 2 swings.
Yep.
Using the inspiration, that is a 18 to hit.
An 18 does not hit.
Great. Okay, second swing. This time with the bullet. All right, 21.
21 does hit.
Okay. So D12 for damage. These 2 for damage. All right. Okay. So, from my current location, I deal. What was it? Is it? It's an extra. God damn it! I really need to remember rage damage. It's a +2. Okay, so +2. 15 slashing.
Okay.
I believe we said 1 on the D6 was fire.
Yes.
So a line of fire for the amount of 4.
Okay.
Right through it. And I don't think I actually hit anyone other than the spider, so we're good on that.
Okay.
And that's pretty much our turn.
As you swing that axe, you swing your axe and you pull the trigger, you feel it connect and that line of fire goes out. But you don't see anything happen to it. As you notice the axe hasn't bit into the bone. And as it hits, there's just like an agitating cackle coming from the mouths.
Yeah, don't attack it. Just go.
I
Zen.
think I'm going to run over here, and then I'm gonna Misty Step over to here next to the case.
Okay.
And am I able to try to open it?
There's no opening, there's no case or anything. It's just floating above that pedestal. So you could reach out and just grab it if you want.
I shall. Gonna grab that thing. How many minutes have passed?
2 minutes so far. Because
Like since the last time you said 2 minutes?
Yeah, technically a minute is 10 rounds.
Okay, so then I am going to run back here and just start making my way towards the exit. Be
Okay.
like, I got it, and then just.
All right.
Let's go.
So as you say you got it, the bones sort of like shift and move, and it pulls Danny with it as well, as it is no longer looking forward like where Chloe was at, as it's pretty much like shifted in reverse and is just now staring at you with like an intense focus in its eyes.
Shakabra.
At 20, I need wisdom saving throws from everybody.
Okay. Who's got the wisdom wing? Is that Vanica?
That's a good question.
Did Evie turn on the AC?
No, Evie's
Oh,
right
that's
here.
me turning on my AC.
Ah, okay.
All right.
Actually, it's me turning on my heat because I'm freezing.
Chloe.
That is 15 from Chloe and 22 from Vanica.
Okay. Zen.
I got 13.
And then Zafira.
17?
Nice.
And Danny.
21.
Okay. Nothing happens. And we go to Zafira.
I was originally going to try to sneak past it, but I'm very glad that you did, Zen. I would like to cast Grease on, like, the floor beneath the, Bone Widow.
Okay, so grease covered in a 10-foot square underneath, or centered on a point within range. You do that.
Mhm. Each creature standing in its area, which I don't think that Danny would be standing. I think that they're grappled and like being held.
Yes.
So only the spider would, the fucking bone spider, would have to do a dexterity saving throw.
So like right here.
Yeah, like right underneath, like
Okay.
where most of its legs are trying. My goal is kind of like spider on roller skates type of thing.
Yeah. It's going to make a 22 dexterity saving.
Okay.
But
My
anytime
spell
it
save
moves-
DC is 16, so like
I'll do that with Dan all the time. Just be like, okay,
okay. I guess.
I'm just a little guy.
Yeah. What am I doing? I just,
I'm just a little guy.
just a guy, just a little guy.
So
And since you are doing that, I'm gonna move here, so I'm like closer to the door, but like still within range if I need to do anything. Because I know Zen, you already grabbed the necklace, and so I'm like hoping that we could all work on finding our way out after
Mhm.
freeing Danny and all that. So
okay. So on its lower half's turn, it's gonna run over here to.
Is it when they're leaving the square as well?
No, it's when they it's when they enter or end their turn in the square. So it's gonna run out still with Danny grappled, and then it's gonna. Oh, I'm sorry. You have a Pop-Tart.
yeah, I have Pop-Tart. It's okay. I'll just have him kind of move a bit closer, and because I wouldn't have had him, I would have liked to have him run in front of Zen to prevent that, but I didn't say it in time. So.
No. Like,
And there's
no, that's,
it wouldn't. There was not enough movement anyway, right?
He's
But
what's
at
his
least if you
movement
get
speed?
close enough, if it leaves his area of attack, he could get an opportunity attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you can.
All right. He was right.
He was right here.
Here. Okay, right here. Okay. So 5.
So at 30
10.
feet, he can get there.
Okay. Oh, nope. Right there.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Also, keep in mind that we need to make sure he has enough movement to be able to get out with you if you so wish. So don't always have to go the furthest distance.
And he is going to leave Pop-Tart's threat range as it just rushes to cut Zen off. So if you want Pop-Tart to make an attack of opportunity, you can, but that is going to count as your reaction.
I thought that because they are able to do things on their own.
Yes, but when it comes to reactions, it uses yours.
Got it. I think it's okay. He's gonna do an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Probably bite or like just try to like hold onto one of the legs to try to trip it.
Okay.
Essentially. And then let's see here. Okay, that is. I rolled a 17. I'm trying to pull up if there's any added things.
You add your proficiency bonus.
Proficiency bonus. Okay. Sorry, I never get used to this. Okay. Okay, so dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
Right, so that's 1d8 plus proficiency bonus. Did these sets not come with the d8?
They all have d8s.
Okay, I might be missing a d8 then. It's a d12. Okay. Yeah. That would be 5 plus proficiency bonus, so a total of 8 damage.
8 damage, okay. All right, and this time around, like when he reaches out and he bites, because this is force damage, right?
Yes, force empowered brand.
Force damage. It bites, and it actually you can see small crack form from the force damage happening on the leg, but it doesn't really hinder it. As it's going to go ahead and make an attack against Zen.
Okay, I'm gonna wait until after that resolves.
Zen, I don't think an 8 hits you.
For once, I did not get hit.
All right. So it didn't hit Zen, but it's going to use its other ability here.
What if Zen felt bad for it and Silvery Barbs to give it another chance to hit?
It's okay. It's okay. You can do it again.
You got this. You got this.
Before that, the flump goes boom. It was supposed to go boom at the end of my turn. So another 6 force damage.
Okay. And it's going to use an ability that it has called Bone Grinder. And it pretty much passes Danny through its body, like back and forth a couple times as you're just like cut up. And you're going to take another 13 points of piercing damage.
That's the grossest thing you've ever described.
I
Respect.
am being put in the blender, but the blender is kind of getting junked up a little bit.
And then we're gonna go to Vanica.
Vanica is going to move a little bit closer. I think there's probably a good chance that this thing is construct, not undead, but there is a chance it's undead. So she's going to turn undead.
Okay. Bring up turn undead.
So it needs to make a wisdom saving throw if it's undead.
All right. It's gonna be a wisdom saving throw of 14.
Her spell save DC is 16.
Wait. 14 and then 18. Sorry, I had to make 2 of them.
So what happens when one of its parts fails and has to run away, and the other of its parts does not fail and does not have to run away?
Depends on which one did which.
Fair.
I will say its bottom half failed, its top half succeeded.
Okay, so it doesn't need to immediately do anything, but for the next minute or until it takes damage, it has to move as far away from Vanica as it can, and for its action, it can only use the dash action. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm reading that correctly. I've literally never played a cleric, so I've been playing this game for 10 years and I've never played a cleric. So
You're doing so good, Bestie.
Anything else Vanica gonna do?
that was her action, and she does not have any bonus action spells prepared. So,
Danny, did you use your bardic inspiration?
I did.
Okay.
she has 5 more feet of movement, so she'll move a little bit closer, just to keep it within that range that it can't remain in, because it has to move 30 feet away from her.
Gotcha. All right. Top part's turn, since it is not afraid. What do I want to do for this one? Okay, you're gonna see its eyes glow a soft green color as you begin to hear soothing whispers sort of like emanate from the bones. I want to get this correct.
It's Briseis.
God damn it.
What?
Nothing. It's just a City of Redemption joke.
Okay. Bone whistle?
So, as it's sitting there, it like the eyes flash as it casts calm emotion in an area.
Oh. Okay. Does it work?
Yep. Well,
No save?
it works for it. Because I believe calm emotion still needs a saving throw. I need a charisma saving throw from Danny and Zen.
4.
I was gonna say I have the charisma ring.
I would have chosen to fail anyway.
I got a 10.
You got a 10?
Would you
All
like
right.
the charisma ring?
Does that add to it?
Yeah, it's a.
Isn't it a reroll?
Let's see.
Or is it
I'm
a
reading
plus?
it. I'm reading it right now. Ally can see. Oh, it's within 30 feet. And that's too far away.
That's good. Thank you for
Sorry.
thinking of me.
Okay, so both of your emotions are calmed. Danny, you fall out of your rage, and you are now indifferent towards this creature. Your indifference will end if you are attacked or harmed by a spell, or if you witness any of your allies being harmed. When the spell ends, you once again become hostile. Calm emotion also on its lower half removes the fear from turn undead.
Okay.
But that is going to be its turn.
Do I lose track of like what my objective is then? Like I
No.
don't give a crap. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, you just become indifferent towards this creature, meaning you don't see it as an enemy.
Sure. A Reba
Like-
Dirch.
Yeah, your hostility is no longer directed towards it. We're gonna come to Chloe.
Is there any visual indicator on my companions here that their disposition towards the thing has changed?
You see Danny's like pretty much relaxing in its grip. Like
Danny never relaxes.
Yeah, it's strange. Danny was gripping that axe, getting ready to swing again. And all of a sudden, she just sort of like relaxes. The axe like is lowered, and she's just being held by this thing.
Sometimes you need that.
I just want a hug.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in that case, I am going to use my action to dash. And I can get to there.
Okay.
But I can't do anything else after that.
Should we be heading towards the door?
Danny.
Oh yeah, we should be leaving, shouldn't we?
I'm just nervous.
Just gonna go ahead and activate my my pelt as I boop freedom of movement. Walk over calmly over to Zen. He's like, we should leave.
I already know.
Gives hand.
Okay. I take your hand.
I walk you over to where Chloe is.
I'm invisible.
Oh wait, you're invisible?
You're invisible.
Okay,
and,
so
and
basically
you cannot forcefully move another character. You cannot move somebody if they are conscious. You can't pull them along.
So I can't drag somebody along if they're
No.
conscious. Oh, well, I'm there now.
You can undo it if you want to start heading for the door.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
popped out here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch out for the grease.
Oh right, grease.
Yeah, there's a very big puddle of grease.
I used my action to disengage. Time to go.
Okay. Zen.
Hello.
Hello.
I think I'm gonna just be like, adios, muchachos, and just misty step out of there. And I think I would end up here, probably attack of opportunity.
Nope, because you Misty Step. Misty Step does not
Okay.
to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay, so I'm gonna end up here with my movement that is extended because of Chloe's Bardic from that morning. And I'm like, I got it. And I'm just at the door, ready.
What door?
Ha, that one that's on the map, but I guess based by your tone, it doesn't exist.
do we not have the? It said it stays open for 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The gateway.
Yeah.
And you said that each minute is 10 rounds.
Yeah.
We are well within time. Where is the door?
We never turned around once we stepped in here. Maybe the gate disappeared the moment we came in.
Or maybe
it disappeared the moment we opened the chest.
Maybe the Bone Widow is keeping the gate sealed at the moment.
Well, then I guess I wouldn't run that way if I can see that it's not there. So,
Same, honestly. We know what we came in through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And if it's not there, why would we go there?
Okay, so
nobody made a visual check to see if the gate was still there.
I think if I had Misty step out of there, I would probably take a glance before I start my movement and see there's not a door.
What is your passive perception?
My passive perception's like a 10. Yeah.
If it's a 10, yeah, then you get there and then you notice that there's no gateway. You see the outline of like a door frame, but there's nothing else.
Alrighty, I think I'm just going to gonna kind of go over here. Can I maybe sleight of hand the necklace to Zafira so she's got it on her person?
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Alrighty. I'm not good at it.
I was gonna say, would I be able to assist?
Nope.
Well, I'm burning a luck because that was a 1. Okay, that's way better. What's my sleight? Okay, that's 17.
A 17? Good enough. As you palm it on over to Zafira, and it doesn't really seem to notice that you switched those that are holding.
Cool.
And as that happens, the gate opens again. As it's lost track of the necklace.
Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Okay. Do I see that?
Yeah, the moment you palm it on over, that golden gate opens up once again.
Okay.
Huh.
I think I'm gonna start being like, time to go, and just head towards it. If that's cool.
If you have movement.
I do. I have 40.
Yeah. Zafira. Now, you have the necklace in your hand. At the moment, it does not know you have it. The way that you move will determine if you need to make certain rolls.
Can I assist and be like, guys, I've got it? No. Well, no, that would probably lock the gate, right? Yeah. Okay. Never mind. I just thought it might be a good idea.
Oh, hold on.
When you're
Hold on.
accidentally smart.
At 20, it lets out another shriek, and I need everybody to give me wisdom saving throws again.
Holy shit.
So, Chloe / Vanica.
Wait, not every.
Like, I'm going one by one.
Oh, okay.
Just have to remind myself of these modifiers. Either way, between us, we rolled an 18 and a 19 on the dice.
Okay,
it's gonna be a 20 for Chloe and a million for Vanica.
Pretty much. Zen.
Rolled a 2.
Okay. Zafira
12.
and Danny. 19. Okay. Not so bad. As
I'm scared of what that one does.
you hear a clock ticking and slowing down as you lose a minute on the timer.
What are we at right now? Like 5 minutes or
7.
4?
You're at 7.
Oh.
Because the
7 minutes.
the last time you all saved, so.
How nice is that?
But Severa, yeah. Your turn.
Okay. Oh god. Okay.
Here, I'll help out to give like some sort of visual representation as to where the gate is at. Move this over here.
Would it be a sleight of hand check to put the necklace in my bag of holding? Okay.
There's your gate. You cannot put the necklace into the bag of holding. Technically, your bags of holding will not work in this area.
Can I put it in my pocket?
You could.
Like a zipper pocket? A very secure pocket?
You can, but I will need a stealth check as you... No, I'll need a sleight of hand check from you to do that.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I'm counting. From where I am, I'd like to cast Tasha's Caustic Brew.
Okay, but I need to know, are you putting it into your pocket? Because if you put it into your pocket, that is an action.
I was gonna say, like, if that's an action, then no.
Okay. So it's still in your hand.
Yes.
Okay.
And I cast Tasha's Caustic Brew.
You can also, instead of doing Tasha's Caustic Brew, you can also just make a beeline for the gate.
Yeah, I was thinking about that after I said it, and then I was like, just leaving would be a lot easier.
Yeah, because you can use a dash action to get from where you're at to the gate and through the gate. The only thing that I need from you in that sense is a stealth check to see if it does not notice that you have the necklace.
Okay. I hope someone can grab Pop-Tart. I hope Pop-Tart comes after me.
Funny enough, you could remake Pop-Tart in an hour.
But it's not the same.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
It's not. It's all new parts. It's a new Pop-Tart. Anyway, I'll do a stealth check.
it's a chocolate Pop-Tart.
No. Okay. That would be an 18.
Okay. So you tuck this like NFL style, just like tuck the ball, and you just dash. And you are at the gate. If you want, you can go through it.
I'll go through it.
Okay. You jump through the gate, and Zafira is on the other side. So I will put Zafira up here because Zafira is technically no longer there.
And then as a reaction for Pop-Tart, he also goes that way. Or makes its way towards as much as he can. Bark, bark.
Right at the lip.
Okay, that's fine.
Because he dashes 60 feet.
Okay.
Lower half's turn. It's still thinking that Zenith has the necklace. Gonna go through this way. It's got to make another dex save because it's going through the grease.
Yep.
It's gonna be a 21 dex save. And as it does, it's going to barrel through both Danny and Annika, so I need dexterity saving throws from both of them.
Okay, dokie. Dexterity saving throws?
Dexterity saves.
Saves. Okay. 21.
22.
All right, you're only going to take half this. You're only going to take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as both of you are pushed 10 feet away from it as it just plows through you guys towards Zen, and it's going to make an attack on Zen. It's going to miss Zen with an 8.
Again? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I will take it.
And since it doesn't have anybody in its grasp, it can't do Bone Grinder. So we are going to go to Vanica.
I think seeing everyone making a beeline for the portal, Vanica would think that it's time to go. So she would hop through.
Smart.
Okay, so Vanica hops on. That's the gate. I'm going to move this to the back so I don't keep grabbing it. Vanica pops through. Start of the top part's turn, it's going to let out another shriek. So I need everybody here to make wisdom saving throws.
Okay. Wisdom. And that's just for the ones that are actually on this side of the game.
Yeah,
right?
everybody that's still in the vault. So Chloe,
Okay.
18.
18. Zen,
14.
14. And Danny,
17?
17. You are all going to take 6 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
But you made your saves, so nothing else happens.
Okay.
Chloe.
Chloe is going to again use her action to dash, and that can get her to there. And that's all she can do.
Okay. Danny.
I really wish I could just throw my friends through the portal. But alas, she will just wave at the spider thing. Like, sorry for waking you up. Bye-bye.
And Danny jumps through. That's gonna take us to Zen.
Fuck. I am a bit nervous about Chloe being left all alone.
You don't know where Chloe's at, though. You haven't seen Chloe since this fight.
Right. I kind of call out like, Chloe. I don't hear anything.
I don't want to give away my position.
And they're like kind of tears in my eyes. I'm like, did she make it through? Is she okay? Is she still here? Chloe. It's okay. You don't have to do anything.
The one time I'm playing a character that doesn't have any form of telepathy. Yeah, I really don't want to give away my position. So
I forgot you're invisible, so I think she just is like, fuck. And she's like, Chloe's smart. I can't baby her. And I will just use my action to disengage and then head towards the portal.
Okay.
And I like kind of call it like, you better get your ass out here. And then I just jump through.
Chloe, can I get a wisdom save from you?
Okay. It's 19.
19. You hear the clock begin to wind down. As you are now at 3 minutes before the gate closes. Zafira, you're on the other side, but I take it Pop-Tart's gonna jump through. Fourth.
Orc.
The bottom half in a rage, not knowing what to do, seemingly thinking everybody is gone, begins to tremble as its body begins to vibrate and loosen and glow. Nothing it does on this turn. Annika is on the other side.
She's out.
The head lets out a screech. Chloe, I am going to need one hell of a dexterity saving.
Oh, that's good. I'm good at those. Dexterity is my thing. Dexterity and charisma. Not as good as I wanted it to be. Wait, I have the dex ring. I'm using the dex ring. It's the same fucking number.
God damn it.
It's still decent though. It still adds up to an 18.
You barely make it as this thing explodes, shrapnel going everywhere as you evade just long jagged spikes of bone that would have easily impaled you to the ground. You take 16 points of piercing damage. And you can see the gate waning. Like you have seconds to get through.
And I just book it for that gate.
And on the other side,
Wait, I gotta roll for concentration. Okay, invisibility still up.
Glenn Quagmire, thank you for that raid. On the other side, Zen, you still don't see Chloe. Like, you came through. You thought Chloe got out. And you can see the gate waning and waning. And then it shuts.
I think
Chloe, you get through. You're still invisible.
I think I run to it like where it was and be like trying to do like a magic check to see if I can bring it back, give her an extra time or something. I'm like panicking. I'm like, what the fuck? And all that stuff. And I'm like, fucking, I told it to get out. And like, I'm trying to do like an arcana check to see if I recognize it. I don't have to actually do it, but I'm just panicking.
Okay. And then you feel a slight weight on your shoulder as Chloe becomes visible and her arm is resting on your shoulder. Like, what you looking at?
Oh my god. I push you. Get away from me. Get away from me.
You guys got out just in time. That thing exploded.
As you can see like little cuts and whatnot on Chloe if she like makes herself visible.
Oh my god.
Like there are like tears and whatnot in like her clothing to where she barely escaped like impalement.
I think I think I gave you that rainbow potion and you never gave it back because it disappeared right after.
Yeah. Yep.
Is it like strapped to your hip or something, or in your bag, or?
Yeah, I imagine she's got like a belt that she keeps the potions and stuff on for easy access.
I just reach by her hip and I just pull. I'm like, can you just drink this? And I'm about to have a heart attack.
I will. Thank you. I'm okay, by the way. Everyone's okay. We got the thing, right? One of you grab the thing?
Yeah. And yeah.
So good.
Saphira holds it. Yeah, Zenith gave it to me. I was the first one out. I do have a question. Even though the gate closed, did it explode at the same time that the gate was closing? And also, are there bone fragments on the ground?
There are no bone fragments. The bone fragments did not pass through the gate.
Okay.
Yo, that would have been so like Harry Potter if a bone fragment made its way out just as the gate was shut and just impaled someone. That would be brutal.
All of a sudden, like Chloe thinks that she got out and just it just impales like a ghost.
No.
It's that moment where everyone seems fine and you have a brief conversation and then suddenly drops to her knees.
No.
Ah.
Don't even say it. Don't even say it.
I will drink that rainbow potion though.
Okay.
Okay, you should get because it levels up with me. I have to double check how much it is. 44 plus 4 of health. And also it gets rid of any exhaustion. Also that temp HP was amazing. I didn't take any. Whew.
I will say that like you guys did the right thing. You were not meant to fight that thing. It takes it took no physical damage unless you had adamantine weapons. Or you did force damage. It only took damage from adamantine and force, nothing else.
Wow.
I was gonna say his Pop-Tart made out of adamantium metal.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
I kind of figured that my heartache and my ecstasy spells weren't going to work on a bone creature.
Yeah.
it just wants to bone.
Clearly not.
I will tell you this: if anyone got caught in there, or if anyone died in there, they would have become part of that creature.
Yeah.
That is
Yuck.
awful.
You're a sick man, Rojan. You're a sick,
He's not-
sick.
And yet,
That
you,
thing's been
and
with
yet,
me for a
you keep
while.
coming back for more.
I
Right?
think it'd be so rude to ditch.
So, yes, you do have Zen or Zafira, you still have the necklace in your possession. As the gate closes, Zen avoids a heart attack because Chloe is fine. But
I hand back the empty vial of the potion.
as you all breathe a sigh of relief, coming down from the sky are 3 cauldrons.
Not the
As
golden grandmas.
they slowly and gently land behind you. And then the 4th comes rocketing and slamming into the ground.
Grandma Rose, right?
Yep.
Ooh. Rose, still learning.
Oh God.
Okay.
And
Oh.
your 4 grandmothers walk out of their cauldrons, Zafira. And on Sophie's shoulder is Prince-topher.
Yay!
And that is where we are ending for this week.
Okay.
I think I have anxiety. I
So-
think I'm having an anxiety attack.
I will tell you all now. Prepare for a boss fight next time. Like a raid battle. So you're going to get a short rest. You're not a short rest, but you're going to get a long rest. Make sure you pick your level, your spells and whatnot that you need. If you need to switch anyone out, and prepare. Because it's gonna be a doozy.
Okay.
Yes.
I-
Yes.
I have
So-
been. Sorry, it's just one of the things that I would like to do right now before I forget, because I know I'm gonna forget in the next week or two. I hand the necklace back to Zenith.
Okay.
I don't want this.
So
Thanks.
Zen is given the necklace. But
Vanica's not gonna be here next one. Oh God.
Fox will still control Vanica. So
Okay.
Yeah,
you'll still have your healer.
I'll talk to Zoro and I'll fill her in on what's happened and what's going to happen, and then I'll get her to prep any new spells that she thinks Vanica would for that fight, and then I can just control her in the battle.
Okay.
All right, but that is going to do it for us for now. Thank you for everybody for tuning on in. Though we have another show coming up later tonight. Start at 8 p.m. We're going to have another episode of Vigilant 6, which is our superhero game. And then coming up on Monday, just with the whole slew of shows that we got, We're gonna have another episode of Destiny Forge, which is the longest running show here on the channel, currently in its 4th campaign. Every other Tuesday, we've got Star Wars Tales of the Outer Rim, which is a Star Wars game that is run by Tiltbot. Coming up this Thursday is going to be another episode of Tricorn Isles, I believe. That's another 5th edition game I run. I need to check to see if Tilt and Zora are going to be around for that. If they are, we'll have the episode. And then on the alternating Thursdays, we have Mass Effect Horizons, which is a 5th edition Mass Effect mod that is run by Zorro. Next Saturday at noon, we are going to have the Downfall of Propriety, which is our Bridgerton-inspired mini-adventure that is run by Malls. And then later on in that evening at 8 p.m., we are going to have another episode of the City of Redemption, which is our Daggerheart game. And then alternating Saturdays, you have us here on Withered Wastes. And then, like I said, later on in the evening tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific time, we are going to have another episode of Vigilant 6. But for now, we are going to go ahead and head on out. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning on in. And we will catch you later.
Bye.